The canal in Mirfield, better known as the Calder and Hebble navigation, is used as a bypass route to avoid a large weir along the River Calder. The canal then rejoins the river in Ravensthorpe.
The canal used to be used for cargo, mainly coal and stuff like that, all commercial traffic. These days, especially around here, there's none of that anymore. It's all for pleasure. Up at Sowerby Bridge there's a hire fleet. I think they own about maybe a dozen boats, and during the summer they're all hired out. There used to be a fair few power stations up and down this canal, all coal-fired. If you filmed over that wall over there when you finished here, there's a barge called Integrity, which was one of the original coal barges.
I don't know, it's the 70s, really, early 70s. Holidaying on them became quite popular. There was a bit of a boom at that point, and there were loads of companies set up and loads of boats built and people had lots of holidays on it. Then the market fell out of it again and loads of places went bust, and it's picked up again since then. But it's only this tourist trade which has actually seen the rejuvenation of a lot of the canals. A lot of the canals have been reopened, a lot of it by voluntary work. But it's only the tourist end of it which has seen the rejuvenation. A lot of canals have been opened, but it's all being maintained very much on a shoestring.
When the railways were invented, it was an immediate, much quicker, more economical way to transport the goods around the country. Like, well, I keep referring to coal, which was one of the main cargoes. It would have been nice, I think, if they could have spent more money on the canals and made the locks wider, made the waterways deeper, much bigger, so they could have put bigger boats on, carried much more stuff up and down. Maybe competed with the railways, but it didn't work like that. Everybody saw the railway as a way forward, and started using them and stopped using the boats.
Local authorities and councils are quite happy to see, and private developers are quite happy to see specific developments, like an area, an old wharf. Let's say, for instance, I don't know, in Leeds they're trying to rejuvenate the wharf there, and typically they'd build yuppie flats next to them and have moorings right next to the flats. So the people who live in these houses tend not to be boat orientated. They're like looking at the canal. It's a pleasant thing to see little things chugging up and down, but you don't want dirty old boats actually moored at the end. The point is, it doesn't actually do much for the through system. You get little pockets of valuable development areas in towns, and you get vast miles and vast areas of canals which need maintaining to connect them together, and that needs an overview of the whole thing. And yeah, there is a government grant. Can't remember how much it is now, the order of £80 million or something a year, which just about basically keeps the thing just going. I mean, it tends to be on the basis of, you know, when a canal siding or banking collapses, someone goes and repairs it because they have to, and the rest of it's just held together, which is just building up more and more problems for the future. But then again, it's trying to weigh that against what viability do the canals have, you know, unless people are going to be prepared to pay an awful lot more money. But it needs a combination of tourists, of local authorities, because remember, a stretch of canal isn't just for boaters, you know, like I say, it's for people to walk along, you know, it's for people to fish in, and people to canoe in. There's a lot of interests, but it needs an overview to try and combine that and make it into a viable, functioning entity. The more valuable aspects, properties and land that are owned by the water board and ultimately by you and me, would be sold off, you know, for a one-off financial gain for the exchequer. And then after that, That's it, nothing left. They'll still be left, or presumably some centralised body would be left with a rambling network still to maintain. And it seems to me to make sense to try and make the viable parts of it earn a little bit of money to help to subsidise it, but what do I know about it? Eh?